Hey guys, welcome back. I've got a story for you. So about 14 months ago, it was in November of 2018, this company, D&O Lighting, they sent me an email and asked if I wanted to review one of their LED panels that was still a prototype. It was their first version of the 180W dual color LED panel. Of course, I said yes, and I reviewed it. That video still lives on my channel. I remember making a couple of very distinct suggestions about the panel that if they ever did a version 2, I would love to see. And that was, I wish they had a remote, and I wish there was some kind of digital display to kind of see what color temperature and percentage the panel was at. It'd be nice to have like a digital display on the back to show you what your battery life was and what your current settings are. And it'd be nice to have wireless capabilities so you can hook up to a remote. Well, this is the new version 2 of the 180W LED dual color panel from D&O Lighting. It's got a remote and it's got a digital display. Now, before I get into this video, a lot of tech channels that I watch, some of my favorite channels to watch, have already reviewed this panel and this ridiculous 900 watt hour battery that has two XLR outputs that are 12 amps and 15 volts each. This battery is insane and it's awesome. The light's awesome too, but all the reviews I've seen of this panel so far only really say mostly good things about the light except for the remote. Well, I've got a lot of criticisms that I want to share with you that if I were to buy the light without knowing about them, I would be really frustrated. That being said, this light at $800 is still an incredible value for what you're getting if you just need a light that has very high output, very high color quality, and can be powered with V-mount, XLR, or AC power. Then this is your light. This bar none is the best value. However, there's some things that really need to be addressed. First, I didn't know this until after I measured it with the UPR Tech CV600 that going from AC power, here we go. So we're in AC power now. Going from AC power to V-mount power, the output gets capped at 50%. So any adjustment you make to the power won't have any effect on the panel if it's above 50%, even though you can still adjust it between 50 and 100%. I'd really like a visual indicator knowing that it's not going to get any brighter after 50% if you're on V-mount or XLR power. The second problem is as soon as any power source is connected to this panel, whether it be a V-mount battery or the XLR output from the super battery or AC power, this little digital display turns on. I think that's so you can see what the power level is before you turn it on, and also so this little receiver can receive signal from the remote. That draws a lot of power. I charged the giant 900 watt hour super battery to full, and then I plugged it into this panel, didn't turn the panel on, and I just let it sit for 24 hours. It already drained through 1 bar of output on the super battery, so I'm guessing that's 25%. That's a lot of power draw. Now, for reference, I've used this battery to power this light table for the filming of 3 videos with multiple takes each, and I still have 4 full bars of power. So I think when they removed the physical hard switch to cut the power on and off from the old panel, and they added this little digital display and kind of on-off toggle switch, that they kind of messed up some of the power management. And then I have a really big issue with this remote. It does not work at all. It is completely useless. You can only turn the light on and off from directly behind the panel, directly facing this little sensor. There it is. And when you have the panel turned on at 100% power, if you turn the panel on and off with the remote, the remote only ever turns the panel on at 8% power. So you can't turn it off at 100% power, then turn it back on at 100% power. It always starts at 8% power. So this remote is completely useless and is just a feature grab for people that want lights that have a remote on them. A more technical issue, and maybe it's just the panel that I got, but I measured the color temperature just like I do with all the lights that I review, and It says it goes to 5600 Kelvin. The little digital display reads 5600 Kelvin, but the light only goes to 5250 Kelvin, and I'm sure they know about it because if I turn the light up to 5600 Kelvin, it still reads 5250. If I go down to 5300 Kelvin, it still reads 5250. But any color temperature I select below 5200 Kelvin is incredibly accurate. And it's within normal bounds of what you would expect the color temperature to be, within a few points of what's being read on the back of the panel. So the effective color temperature range of this panel is between 5200 Kelvin and 3200 Kelvin. And that's all the bad things I have to say about this light. Knowing all those things wrong with it, it is still a great value, and the guys at D&O Lighting told me that after I publish this video, the price is gonna go down from $800 to $600 for 2 weeks. I don't think they're waiting for me on that though, because I checked Amazon and the price is already listed at $600. On their site, it still shows $800. So I don't know if it's gonna be a permanent price change or if it's just gonna be for 2 weeks after this video is published. Either way, if it's not on sale and it's still $800, it's still a great value considering the output and the color quality that you get with this panel. It is the least expensive professional tool with XLR, V-mount, AC power options, great build quality. If you are doing corporate interviews or you just need a large, soft key light that works and is bright and can go down to 8% power, this is your light. This is still a great value, even with all the little weird shortcomings that I've mentioned. And there's no fans, it's completely quiet. Now let's talk about this crazy battery. Now this battery is bonkers. It is, I think, the only lithium polymer CineBattery that is available on the market. Every other battery that I've seen is lithium ion. There's no liquid in this battery. It is a solid construction. It's got an extremely simple interface. It has 2 outputs with 15 volts at 12 amps each. So using just this one battery, I'm able to power my ridiculous 2x1 LiPo super panel full color 60 at full power, and it's a monster. It's super bright. This one battery by itself can power an Ari SkyPanel S60. It's not as heavy as you would expect. It looks really cool, and they give you this net that you can use to kind of hang it off of a C-stand or something. And I've found, for me, the perfect use case for this battery is as a power source for my light table that I've been using as a podium. Let me show you. This is my light table podium setup, and it is complete now. All right, so I've got the LiPo Super Panel Full Color 60 sitting on top of an Impact Lowboy Combo Roller, which is a lot of words saying it's got wheels and is a smaller than normal size stand. It's got a combo head, has its own little pop-out light stand piece, and that's it. I put a little piece of green tape right there to let me know if I feel both sides. See, this one doesn't have it. This one does. If I touch both sides, I know right away that the power switch is right there, and that the power controls are right here. With this setup, it's ultra portable, hardly ever have to charge it. D&O battery comes with its own charger. You can get a second charger if you want to charge the battery to full in 4 hours, but I would just charge it overnight. It'll charge from 0 to full in 8 hours with the included charger. And we can see it's still got 4 bars of power, so we're still good. This is like my favorite piece in my studio that I've put together. It is ideal for a standing podium. I can just move around. I can put it anywhere in the studio for easy product photography, and this thing rocks. And I was really bothered by the cords that I had because I was using the AC power because I don't want to sit there and charge V-mount batteries all the time. This was the perfect solution for that. Thank you, D&O Lighting, for coming out with this battery. It's dope. So the D&O panel is not perfect, but it does outperform several other panels on the market that cost between $3,000 and $4,000 if you need just a high quality, soft, bright, white light. And that's where this thing really shines, and that's why so many of my creator friends have already talked about it and given it such high praise. If you need one, of course, there's links to it in the description of this video. And if you're curious about the battery, I'll have a link to that one also. The battery costs $2,000. It's not cheap. It is a professional piece of equipment. The only other battery I found that is similar to it is sold by Bebop batteries. It has a little bit more capacity. I think it's 1200 amp hours, but that one costs about $3,500. All things considered, the D&O Lighting battery is kind of a deal. They say it's on sale from $5,000 right now, so $3,000 off, and it costs $2,000. I don't know if that's just marketing or if it's actually gonna sell for $5,000 once the sale is over, but it is the only lithium polymer battery for cinema on the market. And so I wouldn't be surprised if it does increase in price soon. And that's it for the D&O stuff. If you want to watch more of my videos, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. And if you liked what I did here, give me a thumbs up. I super appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.